So excuse me, I have a little sinus congestion right now, so if I cough or something, no, I don't have the Rona. I've checked. So we got the Jeep over to the garage this morning, and that was a interesting time. And I've not told Kagan everything that's gone on this morning, so we're going to roll through what we need to look at before we get to the major work that I want to do. So first thing is we still need to wipe down the hard surfaces with another disinfectant, clean some stuff up. I need to wash all the windows down on the inside because that Lysol smeared everything, and that was fun on the way over here because it kept fogging and I had me paper towels wiping because the Lysol, we need Windex. Don't clean windows with Lysol, it didn't work good. So.
Really?
Yeah. Don't just fog everything and leave it, it's not good. But I drove here with the windows down because it helped. It now smells like a
rancid lemon.
No, like a lemon Caribbean blackberry right now. I put a couple air fresheners in there to kind of help out, and now it just doesn't know what it wants to smell like. So last time we really had the Jeep out, we had a tree incident. So I'm not going to work on that too much, except for I sprung the top side of the door out right here. So I might try and take some of this back out, but we need to spring this back in so it seals. So that's an issue.
Oh yeah, that's lovely.
I thought to myself this morning, I stopped and seen Kagan yesterday at one of his other jobs and bought some windshield wipers. And I threw them in the truck and I thought we'll change them out when I get to the garage. I should have changed them at the house. Had to have Kagan meet me at the gas station because going down the road I went to wipe the windshield a couple times and the blades just fell apart where it sit for so long. So yeah, that happened.
And it's all fun and games until you have to call the parts guy to come change your windshield wipers.
Right. So, but I did, when I drove down the road to the gas station before I hit the highway, I just went ahead and drove it the way it was parked. Well, it didn't have the anti-sway bar hooked up. And if any of you guys have ever desired to drive a vehicle that handles on the road like an old wooden ship on the high seas in the middle of a monsoon, get you a lifted Jeep. Because this thing is the biggest sailboat and it just wallers around all over the place without the anti-sway bar on. So, the next thing is, when I went to put the anti-sway bar on, I come back here and get my hammer out of the back. Yes, my tire carrier is ratcheted to my recovery hook.
And why is that?
Because this latch is now stuck and it won't latch back. Yeah, so we got to look into that. Over here, last time we took it out, I snapped the CB antenna off. So we need to go ahead and pull all this off and this mount off and everything because I'm gonna pull the CB out. Nobody runs a CB anymore. What everybody does run is the antenna I have on the front, which is a GMRS radio, which is on the dash there. We'll leave that in there. That still will be good. That's what all the guys run. So the next thing is, while we're in the middle of doing all this, I need to take a good look at some of the wiring and stuff because on the way here, the doors kept locking every little bit. And sometimes it was just like a one lock, and sometimes it would lock. And so I think there's something bare in there rubbing. I don't know where, but I might have to crawl up underneath the dash and look around, make sure that mice didn't make dinner with my wiring harness, which I'm sure they did at this point. Something's up.
It could have been one in there sending another SOS.
So, and I'm gonna crawl around underneath the Jeep once it dries out and all the water's out of the way and just kind of look everything over. I think we're good. The tires are almost round again. Like they still wobble pretty good going down the road, but not as bad now as they did when I first left the house. It's sit for a long time, guys. So, and that's kind of what we're up to today. We're just going to kind of go through, remove some things, clean some things, prepare, because we're going to try and get the steering done in time, but make a trail ride with this. So we'll get to work.
All right. Guys,
yeah,
let's take a look at something.
So I am taking the CB out, and I've got access here. Let me turn the light on so you guys can see a little bit better. There we go. So I've got access in here where I mounted my my bolts there. I'll rip this mount I made out. But I mounted off the original bolts that was in here for the automatic transmission shifter. And I pulled this cover off because I've got to get in behind here and unwire the CB. So I've got it fused back in there. And then I pulled, look here, look at this crap. See it right up through there? And I got to pull this panel here off too, because they've been all over the place, and I'm going to inspect all the wiring, but they have been up in there. Sorry little things. We'll pull the whole dash apart and just make sure they haven't made a terrible mess of everything. Like I said, most stuff seems to work on it, but the door locks are starting to worry me. But by the way, there's the GMRS radio. But yep, getting the CB pulled out, finding more mouse stuff. So Kagan's gonna get the vacuum cleaner and we're gonna keep at it. Probably gonna pull that whole bottom of that dash and bottom of this dash off just to look at everything. So
yeah. What you doing?
Well, I'm unwiring the CB stuff.
And what'd you do?
I took the wrong ground off because that's the CB stuff, and this ground, which I'm not a huge fan of these connectors, but for inside dash and stuff, that kind of stuff, they work good.
Those
yeah, but I took the wrong one off.
Yeah.
I took the one off that goes to the radio up there. I think what it is, it's the Lysol getting to me.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm getting lightheaded.
I don't know. I think it's aired out pretty good. I mean, seats are dry now. I mean, floorboards are dry.
So I gotta put this back on.
You're coughing less too.
I got a cough drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps. So I know good and well, Kagan may know this trick, but we've done this before in the past when you have a sprung door. I got made two before. I put it right here where the door lock is, the strongest part of the door. And we're gonna I'm gonna have Kagan put his hand here, and I'm gonna put my hands here. We're gonna grab a hold of that drip rail, and we're gonna pull the top of the door in. So if you don't mind. Ready? Okay, let's see how close we are here now. Almost, a little bit more. I felt it flex.
Might be too much on that
Look
one.
at that. Now, I think you guys seen it before.
Most useful tool in the garage.
Other than an adjustable crescent wrench, right?
Yeah, other than the adjustable hammer.
Which, by the way, Kagan's got a shirt on he's so proud of.
Yeah.
But if you look here now, you can see that is lined up and the door will actually seal better now. So I need to double check this one to make sure it's sealing right through here, because it got hit, tangled with the tree, it got hit right here. Which we're gonna fix a lot of that stuff later, but I think it might be out some on the front, not by much. But if I think the seal needs to be done, we'll do the same thing. We'll use a 2x4 to wedge it and we'll pull that section of the door back in. So, and later on we'll probably beat that out. We're gonna make this a project vehicle here in the garage that we hit every once in a while. Not that we're gonna quit working on the International or nothing, but the whole purpose for this Jeep deal right now is that every year, we try to anyways, me and my brother try and do something together for our birthdays. And because me and Adam's birthdays are just a week and a half or 2 weeks apart, the way things fall. So we always try and get together and do something together on our birthday.
He's trying to peer pressure
Roundabout.
to a Jeep.
Yeah, so we're gonna go trail ride. Adam's never been trail riding with me, and I used to do a bunch of them. We used to take Mom and Dad all the time. So we're gonna trail ride and see how that goes, see what Adam thinks about it. But on to the next project.
All right, guys, we got the mouse trap here.
The mouse trap, is that what we're calling it?
But
so a little PB blaster did free up this latching mechanism, so it works now, and I'll release that. And before I would go to close it and it wouldn't latch, so now we're good there.
we got the doors.
We got the doors good.
Back, everything's sealed. We got the front one. It's still a little givey, but
It's good. Good enough for who it's for.
But cleaned everything out, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if it was the mice or the owner, but it was fairly dirty underneath some of the consoles.
Well, some of that might have been my fault. It is a trail Jeep anyways. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull this Jeep out for now. We're still going to do some window cleaning and maybe give it a bath and some stuff later. But we've got something more important to work on at the moment in time that is going to be important later. So we're going to start it up, roll it out, and carry in the next part of this project.
That's one of their most famous characteristics. Junkyard mechanic, this.
Jeez, oh Pete. That boy's gonna hurt himself. I would help you, but I'm holding the camera. Nope, we don't want to see that.
You're lucky I'm stronger than I am smart.
Well, can't really argue some of that.
Yeah. I think we're missing some Jeep.
Yeah. So, I put a 1-ton Y-Link kit on my Jeep, which has handled great off-road. It really has. The problem is that for on-road, the ball joint that's right here on the end, coming from your power steering gearbox and your pitman arm, it rolls a lot, which means there's a lot of play in the steering wheel. And for off-roading, it's great. I can't complain. It's strong. It does its job. But for on-road, it's terrible. It just wanders, and you got to drive like this to drive straight. So I've got a different kit, and I'll show you in a moment, that we're going to put on. But the problem is I've already drilled out my knuckles to fit the 1-ton kit. Well, I have to drill out the knuckles for this kit, but not in the same way. So I have to have a different set of knuckles. So I got this axle out of the junkyard because I'm going to take these knuckles off, and we're going to basically trade these out on my Jeep because trash can behind me there. We're not going to need it back. I have a Steinjager crossover steering kit.
And a spinning problem.
And a spinning problem, yeah. Well, anybody who's got a Jeep's got a spinning problem. So, put that back in there. I've got a new pitman arm, because I had to drill out my pitman arm too. So I got a pitman arm, drop pitman arm for it. There's the other bar there. And what this will do is, this crossover steering, instead of having that knuckle mid-steer, it actually comes over and grabs hold of this knuckle from the power steering gearbox, and then the other bar goes from this knuckle to this knuckle, so you don't have that roll in your joint right here. Now, I may be wrong, this may not handle any better than what I have, but I'm gonna try it. And you know, I got bigger plans, stuff I'd like to do with that Jeep later, and that means that all this will end up going to somebody else's Jeep. We'll see what happens. And here shortly, I'm going to have a nice 1-ton Y-Link kit available because I'm taking it off one and I'm not reusing. So, anyways,
there's plans for other Jeeps.
Yeah. Hopefully we end up with 2 more Jeeps in here. It's not mine. We'll see about that.
But there will probably be about 3 more that are his. Spinning problem.
Spinning problem. So, we're gonna knock the knuckles off this and start putting this kit on my Jeep, and that's gonna be the next video that we do with the Jeep. Maybe not the next video you see, but the next video with the Jeep. Currently right now it is the 13th. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. I know when you guys are seeing this, it's gonna be a month from now. 14 days from tomorrow, there is a trail ride. No. Yeah, 14 days from tomorrow is a trail ride.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Yeah, it's the 28th. So
I don't have a Jeep to participate.
the plans are is to have all this done and all this ready to do a trail ride on the 28th with my local club. So
that I'm not a part of.
Yeah, he's not a part of yet. So watch for the next Jeep video where we're going to be taking these knuckles, drilling them out, doing this kit. And well, we may already have the knuckles drilled out when we start. Go ahead and get that over with. But we'll walk through what we had to do to get started. And we're going to pull my Jeep back in here, knock the knuckles off of it, put this kit on there, try and line it back up. I may take it to an alignment shop. Maybe not. We might be able to do good enough. Kagan doesn't think I will.
He has no problem spending money on parts. I just
don't like paying people for stuff that I can do myself. When we have a tape measure, I can line it up.
That's very true.
So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Watch for the next Jeep video. And after we get that video done, we're going to do a trail ride. We're going to film some of that too. So, if you guys don't mind, hit that subscribe button down there. Hit the like button. If not, just do it for Kagan because it makes him feel better.
I was gonna say, I mean, I don't get to go trail riding, so
Yet.
I don't have the spinning problem.
So, thanks guys. We'll see you later.